And welcome back, everyone. Now, I believe my volume is now fixed from the little... I did the videos yesterday, and I had sound. It was just really low, so I've adjusted the settings just slightly. Hopefully, the sound is now working perfectly fine. But now, welcome back to part 8 of What If Dragon Ball Super's Broly went to Earth. So we are now past the 7-year time skip, past basically the timepiece, and Gohan on his way to school ran into this canon timeline's version of Cell. Now, in this version's this timeline's version of Cell, I did have the question asked: does he look different? Is he more powerful than the other version of Cell? Now, first off, yes, he's more powerful than the other version of Cell because this timeline's version of Cell has also had the DNA of like Broly, Paragus, Beats, Vegeta, Nappa, all of them to work off of. But someone did also raise the point that it did take longer for Cell to come about naturally than the 7 years, 7 to 8 years in this case, it would have taken. I believe it was like 13 some odd years when it was all said and done. For the sake of fun storytelling and the idea that Jerome, in like his last death gasps, death throes, would have but Jiro in his last death throes before unleashing 18 and 17 would have put a bit of a speed up process, if you will, a bit of a hustle on the creation of Cell. I can imagine that that Cell could have shown up. Now, does Cell look any different? That's a big question, because he still needs 18 and 17 to gain his perfect form, and obviously his form would change from there. My guess is no. Cell doesn't look any different. There's nothing about Cell that screams he would look different if you added more DNA types to him. I feel like the design of Cell is always set by Jiro. If this is just the design he took, or the form he took, but he's still much stronger than his canon counterpart. Like I said, he's probably the equivalent of his semi-perfect form here, instead of his imperfect form. In his imperfect form, if that sentence made any sense to you. So now Gohan is now just, waiting and say, you're Gohan, aren't you? Forgive me, I'm going off of the good doctor's information that he had stored up. After all, and you don't quite look the same, but your energy still feels very similar to his records. You'll have to excuse my rudeness. You see, I only just woke up a few hours ago, and I'm hungry. Who are you? Oh, that's right. I haven't really introduced myself. You see, after you defeat, I am a failsafe, and looking for my brother and sister, Android 17 and 18. Together, you wouldn't happen to know where they are, would you? Say, I don't. Yeah, their ashes buried deep in the ground. We killed them off long. My father and I don't know what he would consider Broly, to be honest. Uncle, maybe? I guess he consider him uncle. Yeah, why not? My uncle and father took care of them. You took care of them. So you're saying 18 and 17 are no longer alive? They'd be a pile of scrap if ashes could be scrap. But Gohan's like giving him that kind of cocky smile, because he's hung around Broly, Vegeta, and Paragus long enough, and Gohan to have a little bit of Goku, to have a little bit of cockiness in him. But at the same time, he's like, even if I go Super Saiyan, I don't think I can beat this guy. But I might be able to get Dad or Broly or Vegeta here. So you're saying I'll never reach completion, then? I will never have my ultimate form. Then I'll have to drain every one of you on this planet, and gain power through that. That way, then, and then I will kill Goku and Broly in the name of the Dr. Jiro. And you're going just go Super Saiyan, and to be fair, I mean, Jiro now has calculated. Super Saiyan at this point into the calculations, because or at least the bugs have and the computer has, because the robots are gathering information, DNA, long past Super Saiyan at this point. Oh, this must be Super Saiyan. Yes, I was wondering what it looked like up and close. It's quite beautiful, actually. I wonder what it tastes like. And Cell just disappears right in front of Gohan. And it's like, got you. And Gohan just jumps out like blast Cell. Poof. Now keep in mind, like I said, Gohan's pretty strong, but he's not even his canon power level at this point because, again, Gohan, unfortunately, and just the way it kind of rolls out, when Gohan's not kidnapped or the what if is not directly focused on Gohan, he gets a bit of the shaft when it comes to training a little bit. Not to say that he's weak, but compared to like canon power levels and all that, he can't stand up to Cell. He's not strong enough to go up against him when he's as strong as his second form versus Gohan, who's not even as strong as his canon power level at this point in the series. Though he's still hardly weak compared to Cell. Cell's still edging him out. So they're duking back and forth. Come on, Dad. Come on, Broly. Where are you? And then finally it's like, blah! It's like, got you, Gohan. I think I'll start with your arm. And all of a sudden, what are you? And his arm starts shriveling. You blasted it. I barely had a taste, but it's so good. And Cellpet gets a boost from that. He didn't get a lot of Gohan, but he got his arms. What the hell did he do? It's like, oh, I forgot to tell you. I forgot to tell you how I gain my energy through you bio bags. I drink people. And all of a sudden, he just gets blasted back by energy. And it's like, Dad, Broly. And then he sees, nope, it's Vegeta. It's like, I told Kakarot to stay back. I told Kakarot and Broly to stay out of this. It's been a while since I've had a good opponent other than them. Besides, this will be a good way for me to test out my strength against, test out some new tricks I've been preparing against them. Because that's what Vegeta's been doing. Luckily, he's been able to, he's been able to actually find a relatively decent living on this planet, all things considered. He's pretty, he gets to, go up against Broly and Goku regularly. Both of them still regularly beat him, though he gives them still really good fights, and this just strengthens him even further. He's got Super Saiyan 2 under his belt, so like everyone has got Super Saiyan 2 under their belt. Broly has been struggling to train with his legendary form, as I said in the last part. And Goku's knocking on the door of Super Saiyan 3 to try to keep up with Broly. And Vegeta's just like, all right then, Pugman, what's your story? I'm not going to be repeating it again. Stop! No! Damn it all! Cell's like tries to hightail out. He's like, you think I can't sense where you're going? And then Vegeta just hightails after because he can sense where he is. Like, you're not going anywhere. Oh, but you are. Oh, what is? And Vegeta still can't see. He's like, and he powers up the Super Saiyan 2 immediately. Just rips the tail. Finally, he's able to start seeing again. What the hell are you? Oh, you mother! Do you know how much that hurts? I can't grow that thing back, you bastard! And because he doesn't have Piccolo cells. Now, you can make an argument, does he have Kami cells? We actually don't really know that. Do we know if any of the little bugs, I keep calling them bugs, but they're little robots, little DNA collecting robots, did they ever go to the lookout? My guess is no. Mostly because there was no reason to most of the time. And there's no one up, because that's the big thing. There's no reason to. There's no one up there worth stealing the DNA of because they already had Piccolo's DNA, so Kami was a no-go. There's no idea. They'd have no idea if Popo would be worth it. And all that's left is Yajirobe and Korin. So, I mean, yeah, there's really no point for them to go up there, but even if there was, I don't know if they knew about that location. So, yeah, he wouldn't have Kami's DNA. Now, that being said, I think Jiro would be like, the good doctor spent painstaking amount of time on me. He had to rush it, but I still can regenerate. He still added a few tricks like this. Because remember, just because he doesn't have Piccolo's DNA doesn't mean he couldn't regenerate. There's plenty of animals on the planet that have regeneration, like Piccolo's, just on a much slower level. Now you got a genius mind in there, and you could have a similar type of regeneration. It wouldn't be anywhere near as fast as Piccolo's. Like, it's not just going to be instantaneous, like, regrowing of the tail. But immediately Vegeta just sees the tail kind of like starting to poke back out, just slowly, more like, this takes a while, though. Until then, I'm going to enjoy killing you, Vegeta. Yeah, I don't think so. And, just starts beating the hell out of him. Unlike with the original timeline, though, Cell doesn't have a bargaining chip to basically, well, if I had my brother and sister, I'd be perfect, and then you'd have a real challenge, would you? You would, wouldn't you? But your brother and sister, it's like, he's talking about 18 and 17. Is he? I suppose the Dragon Balls could be used, though, but they're never gonna be convinced to do that, which means you have no value to me, Bugman. My name is not Bugman, it's Cell. Cell, no, I will kill you all. And then Cell is just obliterated. So Vegeta gets the honor of taking out Cell. Well, that wasn't it worth any bit of my time. Oh, we're finally here now, Vegeta. There's Nappa, Raditz. Yeah, we were watching from afar. You did pretty well there. Indeed, you were doing pretty. You really did a good job. I don't need your patronization. I know how awesome I am. I am the hype. I throw a little DBZ bridge out there. It's like, go on, are you okay? It's like, I don't know. It's like the guy he drained my arm. There's let's get you a senzu bean. And I don't think a senzu bean would immediately cure it, but it would definitely help out. So what they eventually do is they go to Lookout, ask Kami here's the thing. I say ask Kami, but let's be honest, I don't know if Kami would last that long. Truth be told, I think Kami would have asked them to go find a replacement Namekian, a more suitable guardian. And I think that's what leads them to the original Namek and finding Dende ultimately. And so ultimately, you would actually have a Dende here who helps heal Gohan's arm up, and everything's good to go. It's like, oh crap, I'm late for school. It's like, laugh. So other than that, though, how does this go? How's the rest of this arc go down? So the mini Cell arc's now down, going into the Majin arc. Gohan still doing his best to try to help out. I don't think he becomes the Great Saiyaman. I think he just kind of puts on he doesn't really do the Great Saiyaman, but he does help out where it's needed. I think Videl is less suspicious of him. Add on to the fact that Videl is also not as high profile as she was, even though her dad's still the world martial arts champion. He wasn't the savior of the planet. So even though she is the daughter of Hercule Satan, she doesn't get to go out and help people as much as she did. I think because the clout that Satan carried as the savior of the world was quite a bit. That's why they allowed her to do that. So Gohan gets a bit more savior time. Meanwhile, we cut all the way now, moving forward to the actual tournament. And we should note that the tournament is very different because you get Goku and Vegeta are obviously there. I mean, Krillin decides to go because he needs the money. For sake of sake, let's say he ultimately married Marin, a little ditzy, but nice girl, and they have a kid. That's their Marin as well, or whatever. But you also have Raditz, you have Nappa, you have Broly. So that's 6 Saiyans. It's like, oh man. And then you get Shin there. Now, I don't think Gohan is, I imagine Chi-Chi would allow Gohan to train and, participate in the tournament just to, for the prize money's sake of it. I don't think, though, sorry, I'm just adjusting something over here, pillowcase. I don't think, though, that, you're going to be seeing a lot of repeats in terms of what's the best way to put it, of events, because, Trunks and Goten's a lot stronger because his dad's there to train with him, so his Super Saiyan's probably a lot more refined than Trunks's is. But Trunks' natural power, because he's a hybrid, which actually theoretically has more potential, and he's the son of Broly, and we know Broly's abilities are a genetic mutation, so it's very likely that shit got passed on to Trunks, which means raw power-wise, Trunks is a monster compared to Goten. He still couldn't beat his dad or pretty much any of them, because at this point, all of them, minus Paragus, have Super Saiyan. Actually, minus Paragus and Nappa, because Nappa was an older Saiyan too. Have Super Saiyan. Paragus, by the way, has now probably reached a point where he's in the gray phase. he's still far stronger than any human on the planet, but he really doesn't fight that much anymore. Like he said, oh no, my duty now is to for my grounds is to usher in the new generation, Broly. Is it this is my duty now. Come on, Trunks, let's go. Yeah, Grandpa, yeah. Because I do get the impression that if everything had worked out well in life for Paragus and Broly, I actually think he probably would have been a pretty decent, maybe not the best father, because we see how he treats his son and Super, but their circumstances were very different. He still obviously cared enough about his son to go out of his way to save his son. But given a good life and all that, he could probably be like a good grandfather and father. Who knows? I like to believe. But anyway, so you'll still get Shin, all that. You'll get the main fights out of the way. Now, the Shin versus Piccolo fight doesn't happen as it does, but instead you get Shin versus, I would argue, Nappa, because I still think Nappa participates. Now, Nappa is not really aware of the Kais, but he's just like, this guy. Now, I still think he loses pretty badly to Shin, because as strong as Nappa gets, Shin we know is probably much stronger than Nappa. We actually don't know Shin's power level, by the way. If I ever do the power level series, I'll have to do Shin, because we don't know how strong Shin truly is, but we know Piccolo was scared of Shin. That doesn't necessarily mean Shin was scary and was more powerful, but the type of being Shin was scared Piccolo. And Piccolo was well beyond semi-perfect cell levels of power, probably into well beyond imperfect cell levels of power. Probably somewhere in the semi-perfect level, cell power level, somewhere like that. We know he's beyond the androids and the android saga at that point. And Shin scared him. So I'd say it's reasonable to think he might have been in the low hundreds of millions. Though my guess is that's probably not. He's probably well into the millions. That I have no doubt about. But he's probably not. He's not in the billions or anything like that. Because he was shocked. Him and Kibito were shocked by Super Saiyan 2 Gohan's power. And that's well in the billions. So, I don't know what Shin's power level is. Anyway, that being said, Nappa can sense the power, and he's scared, kind of scared shitless, but he still goes after Shin, and Shin just quickly takes him out. You get the Videl-Spopovich fight. Gohan, even though his relationship with Videl is very loose, they know each other, and she's probably been a little suspicious of him, but nothing serious. Gohan is seeing his a classmate, someone he knows personally, getting beat like that is pissing him off. So then Kibito and Gohan go toe to toe, and he and Kibito, he's like, show me Gohan, show me your transformation in Super Saiyan, and now don't get me wrong, this could have been a different matchup. It could have. Because there's enough, unlike with the Naruto Chunin exams, enough changes in the Majin arc most of the time that this could be a completely different matchup. So for argument's sake, let's actually just say it's someone else. Because I'm obviously you can tell I'm not, what's the term I'm looking for? I'm not dead set on like this part of the story. This part of the story can change intermittently. So like for Radz, it could be Radz instead, and Radz like, Radz, show me Super Saiyan, and Radz shows off Super Saiyan. Now he's weaker than both Vegeta, Goku, and Broly, but he's probably like the fourth strongest on the planet at this point. And he shows off. It's like impressive. I could go one step further if I wanted to. Now I see Radz being at Gohan's canon power level at this point. I think that's a good benchmark to put it at. And he gets frozen, and sure enough, Yamu and Spopovich steal his energy. They go off, rescue, chase after him, all that good stuff. All the good shit, Billy. All the good shit. To quote the Punisher. And, Babidi, kills off Spopovich and Yamu. They go take the energy. But no, we cannot let him, we cannot let them get the energy in there. So, but Deborah comes out and is like, throws his spit at them. Gohan, I think Gohan, Nappa, and I think Radz all get hit. And unfortunately, they turn those, and Kibito's about to get hit. But just at that moment, boom, he gets just cracked by Broly. Broly's just in Super Saiyan. He's like, That's enough. You will not hurt anyone else. And he just powers up to Super Saiyan 2, although his Super Saiyan 2 looks closer to his legendary form, I'd imagine. He's still working on a legendary form, but he's getting better at control. He can at least differentiate friend from foe. It's just if a friend gets in his way, it's gonna go off on him. And he just starts beating on Deborah. He's like, Deborah, what's taking you so? Deborah, it's like, oh, and Deborah just, and he's just getting railed. Broly ain't having none of this shit. And now it's like, I got this guy. Go and stop Babidi. Right. What are these people? It's like, yeah, we're Saiyans. Let's show it. I said, Pui Pui, Yakon, save me, protect me. And then both Yakon and Pui Pui are, on the front lines because Deborah's not there to, be his main bodyguard. So he's got to use someone. So meanwhile, as Broly's beating the living tar out of Deborah, Pui Pui and Yakon come up. It's like, so, Kakarot, which one do you want? Or actually, I can imagine it's Goku asking, so, Vegeta, which one do you want? Well, and just sensing, I'll take the stronger one. Oh, man, you always say that. Of course I say that. Of course I say it. I'm more deserving. After all, you're so much stronger than me, Kakarot, aren't you? He's mocking him. It's just like that. It's like, oh, come on, I'm not that much stronger. It's like, I need all the target practice I can get. And there's like, are you making fun of us? Yeah, seriously. Now, meanwhile, Bobby's been putting the energy into Boo at 50%. It's like, yes, protect me. Give me that energy so I can resurrect. And quickly, they just demolish Yakon and Pui Pui. They're done. And Deborah is finally just killed out. So what? It's over, Babidi. And as they just kind of blast their way down. No, this cannot be. How? What do I do? No Earthling could be this strong. Earthling? We're not Earthlings, you little midget. We're Saiyans. And don't you forget it. But you just erases Babidi. Ugh, you idiot Vegeta. You fool Vegeta. Don't you understand? He is the only one who had any sort of way to unlock or seal Boo away. Yes, so what's your point? Boo's not released, so what so we don't need anything. He's also the only one who might have known how to permanently destroy Boo. Well, either way, Boo cannot be released at this time. We'll take this back to the planet. And sure enough, everyone comes back. Kibito's, are you all right, sir? Yes, I'm fine, Kibito. Thank you. We will take this away. We thank you all for your assistance. Well, whatever. No, there's no problem whatsoever. It was fun. Unfortunately, man, too bad we didn't really get to have our fight, Vegeta. That's right, we left before a bout could happen. Maybe we get back in time, we'll still make it. Well, I mean, we always do get out here. That's true, no rules. We can go all out we want, can't we? Then Broly's like, I'll referee. I was like, what? And they're just, who are they? He's like, come on, Kakarot, show me what you've got! And he's Super Saiyan 2, Goku Super Saiyan 2. They're going, like, come on, Vegeta! They're just going at it. It's like, I'm finally beating you, Kakarot. This victory will be mine! And Goku's like, no, and what? And just with Vegeta pushing him to the brink, he's finally able to just dig in deep. Super Saiyan 3 is like, boom! Just knocks him. He's like, oh! It's like, thanks, Vegeta. I don't think I would be able to get this far without you. Yeah, my thanks. And then just quickly, damn it all! That form, the power! And then you just quit. Goku just quickly, oh, that's tiring. I'm gonna have to practice with that a bit. Man, but no, man, Vegeta. Seriously, thanks. I've been struggling to hit that. I knew there was something past the second form, and thanks to you, I was able to hit past that brick wall. You think you're so impressive, don't you, Kakarot? Well, I'll just hit that form and go beyond it. This is far from over. But as it stands, get those damn senzu beans out. Right. Man. That was a great match. I'm kind of curious to see how we stack up, Goku. Absolutely. Right, bro? Yeah. Meanwhile, Shin and Kibito just like, who the hell are these people? So that's where we're going to leave off part 8. We're going into Super in the next episode. I imagine we'll get through 2 more episodes and then we'll be done. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, who wants to review something, put the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. I just win Star Wars Super Magic What If. anything to do in the channel, put that in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to that at some point. Thanks for watching. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. And I'll see you next time.